How's everybody doing? It is April 14th, 2021. Hope everybody is doing well today. I just wanted to cover this story real quick. As you know, most of you, if you live in the United States, they have just been hammering the Gulf Coast with just nonstop, horrible weather. Nonstop tornadoes, wind, hail. It's been going on for weeks. When my sister went down on spring break to Tennessee, there was a massive outbreak that week. And literally, it just doesn't stop. This is the weather warfare that we're underneath that continues to happen. And it seems like it don't matter what country or what part of the country you're in, or mostly in any part of the world that you're in. But I mean, I can speak for the United States. It doesn't matter where you're at. They're coming after you, whether like it's, for your food, look at these people are trying to go out there to fish. They're taking on 75 mile per hour winds. This is, you have hurricane force winds just on normal storms now coming through. You have tornadoes hitting. You have, like up in the Midwest and up in Michigan today, we are getting hammered by snow, okay, in northern Michigan. All the stuff was just budding. All your plants were starting to grow. This is how they hit you. Whether they love to hit you at, like when you're trying your growing season at the beginning. They'll hit you in the springs. They'll flood you. They'll hit you with different temperatures like this, or they'll hit you with high winds. Then when it comes to harvest, they'll do the same thing. We'll be talking about this come harvest time. They'll be killing all the Midwest. They'll kill everywhere. It doesn't matter where it is. This is a continuous battle that we continue to see happen every day. And then you hear all the mainstream news and all the masses, the ones that are so blind, say, oh, it's just Mother Nature. You can't fight Mother Nature. Well, you need to wake up, because Mother Nature has nothing to do with it anymore. The weather is being manipulated, controlled, pushed, pulled into every direction that they want it to be that's going to harm you and I. But let's just read this, because this is sad. They have found 6 of these 12, or of the 18, but now they have found 1 dead body, and there's still 12 missing. Okay, so let's just go into this. It says, pray for the lost. Body found. 12 missing after commercial boat capsizes in the stormy Gulf of Mexico. It says the body was found Wednesday as the search continued for 12 people missing after a 129-foot commercial boat capsized in angry seas off the coast of Louisiana. This wasn't a small boat, everybody. 129-footer. That is that's a good-sized fishing boat. And it's dealing with what it was dealing with. It goes under. It's just, it's sad. Let's keep reading, though. There is a good story here with the other boats that came in. Listen to how the people that were saved. It says, Good Samaritan boaters joined the Coast Guard vessels and a helicopter searching the Gulf of Mexico one day after 6 people were rescued Tuesday from the Secor Power south of Grand Isle. It says, winds were whipping at up to 90 miles an hour when the vessel was overturned amid waves reaching 9 feet. I'm sure these waves were a lot higher than that, especially when you hit a rogue wave or something like that. I'm sure I can't even imagine how high they probably were. It says, we're hopeful we'll find survivors, Watson said. He said, we can't do this work if we're not optimistic, if you're not hopeful. Governor John Bel Edwards tweeted support for the effort. Please join at First Lady of L.A. and me in praying for those who remain missing after yesterday's capsizing off the coast of the Grand Isle and for those who are working to rescue them. It says the Coast Guard issued an urgent marine information broadcast at 4:30 p.m. local time Tuesday after being alerted that the boat was in distress. The cutter Glenn Harris, a 54-foot rescue ship, arrived on the scene within 30 minutes. See, they were there soon. This is that blows me away. This shows how bad the weather was. Because when you have that cutter getting there that quick, within 30 minutes, 9 times out of 10, if the weather is, decent at the time that they get there, they're going to rescue almost everybody. But when you have bad weather, obviously it gets worse and worse. And, and when you have a storm like this, God knows what they can even see in front of them, right? But it says that they pulled 1 person from the capsized vessel. Okay, but this is the part I was telling you is really cool. Look at this. Another Coast Guard boat group pulled someone else from the water, and other vessels rescued 4 people, see? So you had boats coming in from everywhere in that horrible weather. Not just Coast Guard. You had other boats that were out there going after their own people, trying to help them. It just shows that, this whole world is not evil. This whole world is not hate the way that they will continue to push on us every day. People do love each other, do care about each other, and will, in these times, these dire times, put their hand out for another person. So there's hope, We're always talking about so much bad and so much evil that, in these types of stories, but, you got to understand that it's not all bad. There are good people out there. There is good left on this world. It's just becoming harder and harder to find, you know. It says the National Weather Service had issued a special marine warning Tuesday, alerting boaters to seek safe harbor, take protective actions. The Center for Operational Oceanographic Products and Services reported wind gusts as high as 75 miles per hour. Videos from the region show drenching rains and strong winds. Yeah, they're bad. I also saw 2 different reports that had over 100 mile per hour wind gusts. You know, it's just crazy. It says the hope that we can bring the other 12 home alive. He said Wednesday morning, adding that the forecast was for more rough weather. Exactly. It's just round after round. And all you have to do is look into this. Look up, weather warfare. Look up, weather modification. Check out Mike Morales' channel. You can see how they do this. Watch how they push and pull. How they turn on these NextRad radars. How they use isophonic heaters. This stuff is not rocket science. They're doing it. It's very easy to see if you just pay attention. Says Bruce Simon said he was on a boat in an area during the storm and that he battled to keep the bow in the wind. I bet. Listen to this, I've never heard so many Mayday calls in my life. Simon said in a Facebook post and describes smaller boats also flipping or taking on water. Please pray for the loss. So how many of those have we not even heard about, right? Pray that none of those died. You got boats flipping. Obviously, that means people in the water. It says lifeboats and open decks and lifts to raise them above the water. They are often used for offshore mineral exploration and construction. The Seacor Power, owned by Seacor Marine, was built in 2002 and had a crew and passenger capacity of 48, according to the owner's website. The ship can carry more than 40,000 gallons of fuel, but it was not immediately clear how much, if any, spilled into the sea. This was not a small boat, all right? I mean, you saw the picture. Look at this thing. I mean, this must go down into the ground. So, into the sand is what I'm thinking. Almost like a dredge where you have the spuds that go down into it. This says this is the boat, that they went to. That's unbelievable. I mean, you're talking a massive size vessel there. So hopefully none of this spilled into the sea. Hopefully we don't need any more of that in there. But it says Jefferson Parish Councilman Rick Template, whose district includes nearby Grand Isle, told NOLA.com that multiple vessels were overturned or ruined on the island and that some trailers and businesses were damaged. It's just crazy. This is a normal, I guess, I'm using my fingers and you can't see it, but, in quotations, normal storm. What I'm getting at is it wasn't classified a hurricane, classified a tornado or nothing like that, right? This was just a severe set of severe thunderstorms. Every year it's getting worse and worse and worse, right? We expected some winds and possible rains, but nothing as extensive as what took place on the coastal areas of Jefferson Parish. Now, this Jefferson Parish has been getting hit over and over and over again. Just being in weather and always, covering this type of stuff and watching this type of stuff for years seem to be in the target area that, the whole Louisiana coast has. I mean, think about just last year, the year before. I mean, the storms were, for some reason, all being pushed into that area, so I think we're going to see that again, it looks like. But, we can leave this here. I just wanted to cover it really quick. I wanted to get on here and, let everybody know to continue to pray for these people, please. Hopefully, God can rescue these people that are still there and get them home to their families safe, because all they're doing is going out there and trying to put food on their, food on the table for their kids and for their families. And, we all know exactly how that is. So we just hope that they can get home safe and pray for all the ones that are still out there, too, that are going to deal with the next storm and the next storm. All right. I love you all. Stay safe. Stay strong. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.